Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Daytime Live. It's Monday. I know that's so much for you on a Monday afternoon, but we have to get to you because we want to have a productive week. So that's some energy for you. Little energy. But yesterday was Father's Day, and at Daytime Live, we want to continue that celebration. So we'll be having a few fathers in for Daytime Chat, and for the first time on Daytime Live, we'll be having the hot seat, where Nishan will be drilling the people in, asking some serious questions.
Them well,
but before we divulge into all of that, what do we have trending this evening?
Well, I don't really want to say what's trending because it's a little bit of a sad topic. You heard about the 4 persons that were murdered in Hanover.
The family of 4.
Mount Carmel, yeah. So you have Curtis Walters and his daughter Gertina and Erica, his common law wife, and his son as well. And it's really quite sad because 35 persons have actually been killed in that area since January. So what is happening up there?
I don't know. And the sad part about it is that this is a 100% increase since in terms of between the period in 2016 compared to now. It's a 100% increase. And
they say it's gang related. They were thinking that it's the police up there right now. They held a forum up there, and they're saying that they think it may be gang related, attributed to that. But some people are also saying that it may be a part of the whole lot of scamming thing.
You know, and the sad part about that is that every time you hear about a murder in the Western End, that's the first thing that people usually assume. Oh, some scammer thing or whatever. But I think there's so much underlying investigations that we need to get into more to sort of understand and sort of get away from that mindset. Sometimes it might be. I don't think any murder probably always. Some murders always have a motive. Sometimes you would just like, I don't know how the murderer them think.
We gotta think about something though. It's been like it's been a 19% increase in murder rates across the country since January. So there's obviously something happening. 7 people a month have been killed. Seven persons since June. That's something's happening.
I don't think. I used to be saying all these statistics, and it's sad because at the same time, no country should be experiencing anything like this. Jamaica is a small country, and I don't think we have fully got on the helm of dealing with dealing with crime full on. In terms of, I see the new commissioner is trying to see if he can
the crime management.
Yes, try to see if he can get some initiatives moving forward to sort of control it. But I don't think. I think we all have a part to play.
Last year we had all those women who were
murdered,
and the little girls. Do you remember I don't know if you remember, but back in the days, I remember when women were safe, children were safe, and the elderly were safe. So if somebody came into the house, they wouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? What's happening to our society that now everybody's at risk? Something's wrong. I think I'm a bit saddened by that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't really like that story.
It's a bit scary. Jamaica is becoming some people may say already, become a scary place to be.
Already is. But I mean, speaking of, and it's not only happening here, but I want to talk about this story I saw the other day with an ex-Caribbean American nurse who was convicted of hiring a hitman to murder her Jamaican-born husband. Now, this murder happened in 2013.
Yeah.
And she did this to get some money, life insurance. I think she had 3 life insurances out on him, and this would have totaled to $900,000 US.
$900,000 US.
And this is the classic. You know, you watch Lifetime, the classic.
The Hallmark movie.
Funny, but the classic comeback because she plotted this with her lover, Damian Lovell. Let me get her name. Her name is Alicia Murray. Her husband is Omar Murray, and they're a pretty young couple. Just
as we can see,
within their, she's 29 and he is 37, and it's a pretty young couple. And she did something so wicked. Her mother even described her as the devil.
Wow.
Her own mother
called her the devil?
A monster. And the story was just crazy because I think it's 3 attempts that was done. The hitman that they hired.
Wait. 3 attempts?
Yes.
She tried 3 times to murder her husband.
And then the third one, I guess, I wouldn't even term it a success because there's nothing successful about murder. But that it was schemed and plotted with her lover, and they did a down payment to the man of $500 US. It was supposed to be a total of $3,500.
That's all it is to take someone's life?
To take somebody's life. But she was looking forward to the $900,000. So
she don't get nothing.
She didn't get nothing. But good, the law definitely. Took that in its hand. For the better.
I know, it's quite sad. But just to lift us a little bit, Jamaica's celebration 55, Jamaica 55
years.
highlights have just been launched.
First of all, I love the theme. Where the vibes is Jamaica 55.
Where the vibes.
Yeah,
where the vibes.
So they're encouraging people to wear black with a touch of red, gold, and green or something along that line. But the good thing about it, what I love about it is there are 3 new additions. There's going to be the Jamaica 55 commemorative album, which will replace the festival song finals. I usually look forward to the festival song finals though. But I think it needs to be, I guess this is just a little rebranding. So this commemorative album will feature some of the iconic winning songs. So probably Oh Cherry, Oh Cherry, Oh Baby, we will have that drop on it. As well as some of the popular songs that had entered that didn't win.
Yeah.
And a few other songs. I think there's going to be one with Bob Marley and Rita Marley. And
yes.
I'm not sure about, that would be great.
That would be great.
And also the Western Jamaica Festival Village. I guess they're trying to extend it, you know, to that side. So when tourists are here, they can also explore and get a piece of the whole Jamaican culture. And also, they want to use inmates to participate in the celebration.
Which I think is a big thing. However, as much as they want to use inmates, they're saying...
Cartel.
Sir Colonel Charge is saying it's unlikely that Cartel would be one of them. What do you think about that? What do you think?
Well, they said they have a criteria that they use to select people. I think they also want to use youth offenders, and I'm very happy about that one because I volunteer with this organization, Back to Life, at a correctional facility, and the boys are so talented.
Yes.
When I say talented, I mean talented. So it's amazing to see them getting them,
rehabilitated.
Yes, back into the system.
But, we're going to talk some more about as Jamaica 55 starts getting going. We'll talk more about that because I have a lot of thoughts. But we're going to go. I believe you have
another buzzing top, another buzzing. This one kind of sad as well. The Grenfell Tower fire in North Kensington, London, if you've been following up with that. Boy, London, I don't know what's going on in the UK.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many different things taking place. But this one in particular,
one's a little different.
It's a little different. At least 30 people confirmed dead, 70 missing, 74 people treated across 6 different hospitals within the region, 65 rescued by firefighters. And
but we have to talk about the fact that the building standards were not up to par.
Yes.
We also have to talk about the fact that that building, because when Jamaica does certain things, we're quick to talk about it and the negative side that the government played. So I want to touch on that as well. Like the building, the Grenfell Tower was actually a government-owned building, you know? And in London, the statistics, not even the statistics, but the rules and regulations when it comes to being a private landlord, it's quite demanding, it's quite high. So the fact that they are not holding themselves to the same standard is really sad, and I hope somebody seriously pays for that.
And somebody also mentioned it, Jeff Wilkins, who is a fire and building inspector, he said something about it as well in terms of how the fire took up. It shouldn't have happened because each of the flash should have been self-contained or something.
And there was no escape. Anyway.
But that's what we have buzzing so far. We'll be right back with lots more. You don't want to miss it. Trust me, Daytime Plus is going to be entertaining.
Just have a break.